The motive and motto of this channel is vision of Guruji is the mission of the channel. Jai Gurudev, everyone. Am I audible first?
Yes, yes. I will mute everyone. You can unmute yourself. Yes, we are live also. Yes. Yes, Gunjanji, over to you.
So should I give an intro or should I start now?
You can give an intro again.
Okay,
yes.
Fine. So hello everyone. Welcome to your own channel, Sattva Talks. Today, I am Gunjan Modi, your host and host. Will brief you the intro of our co-host today, Miss Rama. So today's topic is Sanskar Kendra. Very interesting topic. Reason being, I also don't know much about Sanskar Kendra. So let's have a conversation with her. She is a coordinator SSK for AP and Telangana states. She teaches since 2009, associated with Art of Living for 22 years now. She teaches happiness program, UY, MY, SSY, wellness program, WLTP, corporate programs, Sahaj Samadhi meditation, Shri Shri Sanskar Kendra. She feels the SSSK program is very close to her heart, organized several TTPs to bring volunteers, teachers to teach these programs in the Telugu-speaking states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Let's start the session. Due to some technical issue, we are late. So welcome, Ramadi, over to you. So start with how about your journey with Art of Living. Then we'll carry forward.
Okay. Jai Gurudev. Yeah, I can see a lot of Sanskar Kendra people all around. So nice. And twice we got lost. So I was just praying Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Yeah. So my journey started with the Art of Living when I did my basic course. That was in 2000, way back in Guntur. And I belong to Andhra Pradesh, Guntur. And from there, yes, I was not doing much of sadhana. I can definitely say I was not a, very ardent, person who does a sadhana every day. So I was going through a lot of stress. I didn't know, in fact, that I was going through a lot of stress, but still I was not doing my sadhana. Yes, so somewhere where it just happened, that I was traveling a lot. I was associated with many international organizations. Like Seva was like, it was there in the blood. And I took part actively in, JCI International, and, Inner Wheel Club of Guntur, and Rotary Club of Guntur. And then I went on to become the national president of the Ladies Circle India. And there it involved a lot of travel. But I was totally enjoying the whole thing. I thought I didn't have any stress, but finally it just happened that, I was undergoing a lot of stress. Then after doing the course, after 3 years, I think, then I suddenly fell unwell, and then it took a month to diagnose that I had lost both my kidneys, and I was on dialysis for 1 whole year, and then I underwent a kidney transplant. And exactly after 1 year of the transplant, it was Gurudev's 50th birthday special advanced meditation course in the Bangalore ashram. And that was where the connection happened to Gurudev. And since then, I never looked back. I went on, doing the other courses and doing the seva, bringing a lot of people into the path. And then the time came when Gurudev, when I met him for the first time in Guntur, he had come to inaugurate one school, Art of Living school. Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Seva Mandir School. That was the time I had the opportunity, to give him lunch and dinner. And I was very, very innocently asking him, there is no follow-up, Gurudev, in Guntur. Can you just see, there's some teacher assigned here and all that. And then he just said, you become a teacher. That was what he said. But at that time, I never thought I would be a teacher. But it just happened that I had to. When Gurudev says, you all know it happens. So it just happened that I had to undergo all this, get released of all my, past impressions, and then went on my journey to this art of living. And those days we still had the phase 1 and phase 2. And 2009 I did my phase 2, and from then, from the time I did my advanced meditation course in 2006, since then I never looked back. And I went on doing one teacher training after the other. The only reason is the maximum number of days you can stay in the ashram is only when you are doing a TTP. So for all the courses, I used to just apply for all the teacher training programs. But at the same time, I still do take all these courses. And recently, Gurudev blessed me as a Sahaj teacher also, so in the last couple of years. And this online platform has really become a boon to the Sanskar Kendra, to Art of Living. To me personally, I got to interact with lot of number of teachers, and whatever knowledge was there was well grounded. And I was actively taking many courses because you don't need to travel, right? So you can take 2-3 courses a day. So that's how I kept myself very busy. And it's like so many turning points, and even this online platform has become like a turning point for me. So very grateful for all the opportunities that I get to meet Gurudev. And and it just happened that when I was doing one of the, I think, the Sri Sri Yoga teacher training program, I went through this advertisement in Rishimo, where it was given about the Sanskar Kendra. So, but the first time I read this, somewhere I got connected. Something which I felt was very close to my heart. And children learn all these things in the Sanskar Kendras. And I thought this was something unique, program of Art of Living. And it just happened that it was teacher training program was announced in Hyderabad in 2014. In fact, the Sri Sri Sanskar Kendra started its journey in 2012 when it was revamped. Earlier, since 2006, Delhi was doing these Kendras, and then it came into the Art of Living fold in 2012. And I almost, like, after a couple of years, I got associated with Sanskar Kendra. And somehow, like, the first time when I did the teacher training program, that was the time I felt, till then I was working as a team with other teachers, and I never took any steps on my own in the Art of Living field. Okay, so after doing the Sanskar Kendra, then when I was sharing my experience, I remember very well that, to Vandana Adeshji, she is the trainer, and she and Rashmiji are the one who have started this whole thing. And they both belong to Delhi. And since the time I know Sanskar Kendra, so much of evolvement happened. It has evolved a lot. And after I did the training, then there itself, I took a sankalpa that I will take this to Andhra Pradesh. It was just divided Andhra and Telangana. So I thought we should do this training in Andhra also. And then I just shared my experience. And then after I came back to my place, when I told about this concept to our very few devotees, very few are our Art of Living followers. So I just announced Kendra, and yeah, we got such good response for that thing. There were 50 people who came to enroll, and it was so mind-boggling. So I thought, this thing, the concept itself is so nice. So I thought this thing has to reach out to everyone. And then I got connected to Vandana ji, and then we organized one training in Guntur. And those days I didn't know, that sankalpas really worked and all that. So it was a real, wonder to me. It was a real wonder to me when we took the sankalpa for 108 participants, and we realized that at the end of the day we reached exactly 108 participants. So I got to know the power of sankalpa, and yeah, then again we organized another program in Vizag, and then some more online programs, and now there are many offline trainings that are happening. And likewise, like I've been actively participating in this, and Vandana ji is like a mentor to me. Like she's been guiding me in this path, and so many guru stories in this path.
So let's start with the guru story.
You want me to start with a guru story? Yeah. Okay. Regarding Sanskar Kendra, so this is we translated this whole manual into Telugu. Okay, the Sanskar Kendra manual. So once it just happened, and a couple of my co-teachers, they were the ones who actually did the translation. Okay, and they are both here also. And then what happened is we took a printout, and then we wanted it to be blessed by Gurudev. So I just asked Vannaji, please get this blessed with Gurudev. She said, you were the ones who did this whole thing. Why don't you go and get it blessed? I felt yeah, so nice. And, I personally went and got it blessed with Gurudev. And it just happened, from that time again, there was again a turnaround. Meanwhile, we just got into so many other things, and somewhere the prioritization for the Sanskar Kendra got lost. There were a lot of changes that were happening in Sanskar Kendra also. Somewhere it got lost. And then this translation, this manual getting blessed with Gurudev, that was another, turning point for me to get back into taking this beautiful program of the Art of Living again back. And then, yes, with a band, I just again connected to the Telangana people, and Mannaji asked me to, guide the Telangana people also, so that, we can bring them back. There were almost 300 teachers in Telangana, and nothing was happening there. And even in Andhra Pradesh, we had more than 200 and almost 280 also teachers. Very, very rarely courses were being arranged and all that. But now we are so happy to say that as a team, we've all did more than 200 Kendras.
Wow.
Andhra and Telangana. Yeah. And from nowhere, we just went on to doing so many, reaching out to so many children through the Sanskar Kendras. And yeah, I think now you really want to know what Sanskar Kendra is all about, Gunjanji.
Yes. All want to know what is all about Sanskar Kendra, how Guruji introduced this course, like what is the motto behind it?
Yeah. So So this was, as I said, it was launched in 2012. And Gurudev, there's so many other courses that are there in the art of living. Yeah, for children, Utkarshi Yoga, Medha Yoga, all these things were there. Of course, Prajna Yoga started just now. But this Sanskar Kendras, that word itself, the human values, those were the things that, the children have to be imbibed. Okay. And it was all, with all play, love, and full of activity. So that is how, again, Gurudev launched this in a big way. And that's how it all started. And yeah,
Devi,
and
what is the
maybe,
age criteria for this Sanskar Kendra?
yes, very nice. You asked that. Yeah, this is, in fact, this is the entry program for any child into the art of living. So it starts at the age of 6 years.
6 years.
So these kendras are for children between 6 to 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And with a lot of fun activities, love, play, and all these human values are imbibed in the children. And
but how you take care like a 6-year-old child who even don't listen to parents, who don't listen to everyone? So today's child is so notorious. My child is 4 years old. I want to enroll him, but the age criteria, as you told, it's 6 years now. Till the time, I don't know what will happen.
yeah.
To
So
how
yeah,
manage with these children, like
yes, yeah. By the time they come to 6 years, we'll be able to manage them, because they start going to school and they know how to behave in a school. But though this is not a school, if somebody else is there to, interact with you, we don't say teach, we imbibe.
yeah,
The values in the children, like that's how it is there. So you know what, you must be like having this, what are these values all about? What
yes.
is it that we want our children to be? What are the qualities that we are looking out in a child? Yeah, we want the
We
child.
want a child to be like, be happy, to respect everyone, to
Yes,
behave properly, to listen to their elders.
very
This is
nice.
what we want actually.
Yeah, so these are the values that that everybody wants our children to have. Yeah, we want them to be honest, and we want them to be confident, the trustworthy, and also we want them to care and care. Can you mute?
One minute, please be on mute, everyone. Yes, Dee, now you can.
Yeah,
Please.
so we want our children to be responsible, helping each other, and caring, loving, and all that, isn't it? So these are all the values, that the children actually, they all have this, but sometimes they have to be, again, a little polished. Yeah, so that is where these Sanskar Kendras. So Kendra is a place where children all come together, and with a lot of games, activities. Basically, there are so many things that go into this. We call them the elements, the main elements that we do in the Sanskar Kendras is the shlokas, the mantras or the dohas. This is what is very important. And when they do these, learn to recite these shlokas and all, the mind becomes very calm.
Okay.
Yeah, we know the power of all these mantras and all, right? So
Right.
automatically the mind becomes calm. So that's how, and these are some things, normally all these things, they come from the parents. Yes or no? So if there are grandparents at home, so they learn from their grandparents, all these things. And
But
also,
my personal opinion is my child don't listen to me at all. If
yeah,
I sit, I'll tell him to sit steady or learn something, is no way. very
That
tough to make them sit. So give some tips to us.
Yes, Gunjan. So this is where we are there, through these kendras, you just have to enroll the child,
But
and
like
they
4-6
love.
years, oh,
Yeah. It's for 6 years. You'll have to wait for a couple of
6 years
years.
we have to manage, right?
You'll
So
have
give
to
some
manage.
tips to us.
So you'll have to manage till they are 6 years old. But once they turn 6 years, they complete their 6 years, you can take them. Yeah.
So
With the-
what challenges you face the ones, like how to convince parents, especially like we are from Art of Living, but
Okay.
there are so many, like how to convince them that they should enroll their child for Sanskar Kendra. How to convince them?
Yeah, you yourself are saying no, that I don't get time, or maybe my child doesn't listen to me, right?
True.
So there should be somebody else whom he listens, right? So this is how we just tell the parents, we connect to the parents. And normally, first let me complete what all is taught in the Sanskar Kendra.
Yeah,
Apart
please.
from the shlokas, dohas, or mantras, the main essence of the whole value is conveyed through a story. And
Okay.
children like stories.
Stories,
Children
yes.
definitely like stories, right? So when they listen to the story, and it's just not, we just tell the story, we connect the value to the child. And that's how they start imbibing. It's like actually we are sowing a seed. The seed is there, we have to water it. And Gurudev says, every child just can blossom. Yeah.
Yes.
And with the help of these sanskaras, it blossoms. But at the same time, manure is also required. Yeah. So we keep connecting to the child, and, we also talk to the parents later on how they have to continue whatever they have learned here. And apart from the stories, then we have the wonders. Our culture has a lot of wonders, right?
Yes.
Children are, they want a scientific explanation for everything. Why we have to do this? Why you are doing this? So for any puja, for any festival, they keep asking so many questions, right? Yeah. So they are scientific, you have to kindle their inquiry. Yeah. The spirit of inquiry gets kindled when we talk about these wonders. So with the help of the wonders, so whatever doubts they have about our culture and all that, they all get clarified. Yeah, that is one very nice thing. And then we have one very interesting thing, it's called the Dadima Ke Nuske.
Okay.
So these are the grandma's prescriptions, or as we tell in Telugu, Bama Chitkalu. Bama is the grandmother. Yeah, so these are the, very interesting things that children, at your own place, in your own kitchen, there are so many things that the child can use to for very simple things. They can use these are the remedies that you have in the kitchen.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but don't you think in this world of gadgets and everything, they don't want to play with those, or they don't have that info to listen to a story, or they feel bored, they want mobiles, games, this, that. This is what
Yes,
they demand.
it does happen, in this fast pace of world, they want
Xbox, Alexa, this is what they want, that's it.
Yes, now they got so used to it. But you know what, this time that when they sit to listen, the way it is conveyed, so the whole session is very interactive, and with a lot of games also and activities, and so that the child gets connected automatically. The child sits and listens, and how they sit, they sit like this to listen to the story. And we ask them, when somebody tells you a story, isn't it very interesting? How do you sit? Yeah, you can sit like this, listen to the story. And we keep asking them questions. What is it that you've understood till here? And then what is it that you learned from this story? And like that, what do you think this story tells you? And that spirit of inquiry is kindled. And they do, whatever work we tell them to do at home, they definitely do it. And there are so many things we tell them in the activities, and we ask them to help the parents. And we also tell them, you have to do your work yourselves. And there's a beautiful story about, using your own hands. And that's how we connect it, and how we can use these things. We use our own hands to do our own work. And the parents have definitely seen a lot of change in the children, and that's why it's so popular. Yeah, and they do report a lot of things after the session. We never knew our child would sit. We never thought, our child would leave our gadgets and sit for this session.
Correct.
That's
After
how.
listening to you, like it's
Yes.
coming in my mind. If these 2 years should pass very fast, and I should enroll him for Sanskar Kendra. Seriously,
Yes. And
I
they
can make
also
it.
learn yogasanas. They learn yoga, and there are so many other things that have been added when it comes to online. Apart from these activities, the games, and they also learn how to. We have Bhasha Sangam, and they learn different languages. And
Languages.
they also, we ask them to go through these videos which are there in our site, and we ask them to, very very small questions, come here, go there, what do you tell in different languages. And mainly about a country also, that how to respect our country. And Gurudev gives so many things about our country, how great our country is, and all these we slowly imbibe in the child. Value for our country, respect for our country, and the different things that they imbibe, through, with the help of this value, how they imbibe all these things. And
Right.
a very interesting yeah thing. Yeah, there are so many
So like just is like Sanskar Kendra, make your child obedient, more.
It's not like it is definitely the children. The parents have found that now children are listening to me. Yeah, and they're helping me in my kitchen work, and they're doing their own, folding of the bed sheet and all these things. And this that is okay. And but these seeds that we sow about the sanskars, right? Look, for example, one of honesty is one sanskar, isn't it? So children learn from what the parents do and not what they say, right? So when they know that, when they've gone to a grocery store and that person has given extra money, what do? What do we tell the child? Go and give back the money, right?
Correct.
Yes. So that is, we are inculcating that honesty in the child. Yeah. So they know that they have to give it back. But what happens if there are parents who say, okay, whatever is extra is us, let's take it.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't need to tell them. There are, that is how this culture and this values are there embedded within the family itself. So when they know this is something wrong, and it is conveyed, sometimes it is conveyed to the parents also. And even parents learn a lot of things. And we have these modules, where it is called M1A and M1B, which is online, and whatever is offline is the 12 sessions. So now we are still online. So children connect from all over India when we announce the programs, and it is more of the language wise they join. So we take in all different languages, and this Kendras and the teachers are spread throughout India, and it is also there in internationally also in 7-8 countries. This is called the Sri Sanskar Kendra, the Center for Values and Culture. So instead of SSSK, this is called the SSCVC, and Sanskar. These are present in New Zealand, Singapore, and UAE, and Mauritius, US, Hong Kong, Australia. All these places, Sanskar Kendras are available.
Okay.
So yeah, so it doesn't have to do anything with religion also. Yeah, normally the word sanskars, we think it is something related to the religion, but there's nothing like that, because children, human values are important for children everywhere throughout the world, but the activities that we take up, the stories that we take up are related sometimes to the the country in which they are done. Yeah.
And what are the criteria to become a Sanskar teacher, Sanskar Kendra teacher, if someone wants to?
Yeah, you've come to the right point now. Yes, for becoming a Sanskar Kendra teacher, you just have to be 21 years old, and then you'll have to just complete one advanced meditation course. And now there are so many trainings that have been happening, open trainings where anywhere from India you can join, that is language wise, English and Hindi, and that's it. The interest that you just have to have the passion to teach to children.
Wow.
And be regular with your sadhana. Just what, many teachers who cannot become the happiness teachers because they're past 60 years, they end up doing this Sanskar Kendra teacher training program. There's no upper limit for becoming a teacher in the Sanskar Kendra. So that's how, yeah.
Great. So I wish that all of us listening here should try for becoming a Sanskar Kendra teacher, and we should enroll our children also for Sanskar Kendra.
And Gurudev's vision is, as you introduced, to see a smile on everyone's face. And all these courses that he has introduced, this is one course which involves the whole family.
Yes.
It's just not the child, right? So yeah, I wanted to mention to you about this, the recent development where the Ramayana course has also been launched from the Sanskar Kendra.
Okay.
Yeah, and we when we tell the stories, if it is centered around one character, we imbibe just one or two qualities of any person that we talk. But Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram stands for all the values. Yes, so that's how this course has been introduced in Sri Sanskar Kendra. It's just about a year, and the feeling of having to teach something so great as a Ramayana is giving that value for all the teachers. And there are so many teachers who are coming back to teaching after Ramayana has started. So this is something very, very valuable. And again, with the help of a story, the Ram Katha, and then we have the videos that, the Ram Katha is told in the video. And this is the Ram Charitamanas that we teach here by Tulsidas Goswamiji. And yeah, children love to listen to the story, and there are related activities that we do with the children. And then one very important thing that we teach in the Ramayana is the Ram Dhyana. Yeah, so children, we think they don't do dhyan. But at the age of 6 also, when they start chanting that Ram, 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 they go into such peace. You just can't believe how the child feels when he does this, Ram Dhyana. And so many components that are involved in this Ramayana also. It's made very, very attractive, so that the children learn this whole thing in just fun and play way. Yeah. And yeah, I would like to share a story here, Guru story. There was one boy who joined when we started this in 2016. When it was the offline Kendra, he was a slow learner. Okay, and then after doing the Sanskar Kendra, he started chanting and also doing his regular yoga and Surya Namaskars and all those things. And slowly he came out of that slow learning. He became very active, and he started, and he's also won this All India level Abacus 5th rank also. And then you know what? He went on to do this Utkarsha Yoga, then the Medha Yoga, and then the Pragna Yoga. And now he's in the 10th standard, and his mother is so, grateful for this course that he started with the Sanskar Kendra. And you know what? She went on to become a teacher of the Sanskar Kendra. Yeah, she's from Guntur itself, and this is really like, she feels she has to give back what she got from the art of living. And she also did her voluntary training program, and she volunteers for her courses. Yeah, and it's a excellent way, you can. So there are so many teachers who are the happiness program teachers, the Utkarsha Yoga, Medha Yoga. And of late, we have teachers who have done their advanced course. Teachers are also a part of our Sri Sri Sanskar Kendra. So in Kerala, we have Swamijis who are Sanskar Kendra teachers. So it's not like, like any, it's sometimes it gives the impression to some people that this is something for the kids, yes. But, there are so many teachers who have benefited. Whenever we teach these sanskars to our children, when we take the programs, we imbibe all those, isn't it? Yeah. So there has been a lot of change in the teachers. So many teachers have shared how they have changed after becoming a Sanskar Kendra teacher. And I myself have found a lot of change in the way we connect to other teachers, the way we are guiding, caring, sharing. In our teachers community also, it's really there's a nice bondage that we have with our Sanskar Kendra teachers that I am not sure I can tell with any other courses. And you know what, we do a lot of celebrations also. Yeah, and every festival we celebrate somehow or the other. Yeah, we celebrate, and it's not now, it's since it's online, each state celebrates their own festivals. So recently we had this Pongal celebrations, what we call the Sankranti in Andhra Pradesh. Yeah, that's a very, very important festival. And you know what, we got to know how this was celebrated all in other states also, because we invited children from all other states to participate in our activities. And literally we saw, okay, this is how. So we do see a lot of videos and all, but when the children tell how they celebrated and all, it's so very nice how India is such a diverse culture, and we all live in such harmony with each other. And yeah, Sanskar Kendra has brought all of us together throughout India due to these online programs.
Yeah, it's across the world, huh? Many world.
Yes, it's on. Yeah, it's now going all over the world also.
As you
Yes.
told me that in European countries also people interested in Sanskar Kendra. But
Pardon?
what you told that in European countries, in USA also,
Yes,
so many
yes.
people are interested in Sanskar Kendra. So what do you think? What is the ratio like for India, for other countries?
So
What
it
is the
just started.
people?
It's just started overseas, but basically it's very strong in India and other countries also. You know what? There are some misconceptions like why should other people who follow other religions, how can we bring them to the Sanskar Kendras?
Right.
So it has got nothing to do with religion. Values are values throughout the world, right? So, and you know what? Sanskrit, the language of India, now European people have taken it up and they are teaching shlokas, mantras, and all these things. And they found a lot of difference in how the child has become more centered and more focused, and his memory power has increased and all that. So now all over the world, people recognize. Now there's no more people why you should chant Om or why you should chant any of our shlokas. Not much of this thing is hue and cry is there on these things. Now people understand. Yeah. So that's it. So any religion, yeah, human values are important.
Correct. Values are important, and people are now more aware about these. That, as you rightly said, that at the age of 6 to 10 years, that is the time we can have a building. Like we have that roots, strong roots of the children, that they should have these social values. Otherwise, later on, it's very tough to inculcate these values in them.
Yes,
So this
you
is
got
right.
it right, Gunjan. Yeah. When these seeds are sown at a very young age, you remember when we went to school, what was the class that you liked most?
What was
Yeah,
the?
the moral. What was who's the teacher whom you remember most? The one who told you values. It
Yes,
was
true.
just not. It was just not the subject matter. We
Social.
don't remember any subject matter teachers, right? We only
Correct.
remember that teacher who has told you some value.
True.
Yes or no? And
True.
we enjoy those moral values also, right?
Correct.
So these are embedded in us. All these are values. You know, they right from the young age they are imbibed, and we just have to nurture these values. Okay, and parents play a very important role in this. And that is why, you know, when we talk about all these and the children go back and tell the parents what they have learned and all that, and we do conduct meet with the parents, you know, in the 8 sessions at least 2 to 3 times we connect with the parents, and we tell them, you know, to do our happiness programs.
Wow, good.
Yeah, and we invite them to join our KYC KYT programs, and that's how they come into the. So this is a major source for our happiness programs also. Yeah, and also the children, definitely the parents on the last day will ask, so how do you think we can guide our children in this spirituality, in this path? You know, then we already have our 4 modules. One is the M1A and one M1B, and then we also have the Ramayana A and the Ramayana B. So after these 4 modules, or in between also, you can do your Utkarsha Yoga.
Right.
Yeah, and then we tell them continue that Medha Yoga and the happiness program for you. Now there are children who are, you know, they are into this happiness because this started almost 10 years. This is the 10th year, by the way, for Sri Sanskar Kendra, and March 25th is, you know, we are going for a big celebration. And every month there is a celebration in Sanskar Kendra. We just need a reason to, connect with each other, meet each other. And the theme that we have at the center, headed by Vandana ji and Rashmi ji, it's a real, they just empower us. They give us free hand, and at the same time, they correct whatever needs to be corrected, and they really empower us. And I'm so glad to be a part of this, the central team. And yeah, now we are doing a big Vasantotsav, and we are all teachers from all over India are participating, and sending their videos, then how they are teaching all these things. And it's a big learning for all of us. So many big plans are there by Gurudev also for Sanskar Kendra. Apart from the Rama, something more may come up. Yeah.
He always come up with so great ideas.
Yes.
That's true. It's like icing on cake. Like children are enrolling for Veda Yoga, Utkarsh Yoga, and then Sanskar Kendra, like full bucket, full already.
Yeah, and summer is coming up. They are now having a lot of holidays, and we also have plans. The dates are yet to be announced for the open trainings, English, Hindi trainings. So all of you are welcome to, and anyone who has not become a happiness teacher, nothing to worry. You can become a Sri Sri Sanskar Kendra teacher and become an instrument of Gurudev to take all these things forward. Yeah, his knowledge forward. Any course that we teach, and when we teach our children, the energy is so high. We feel so the whole day we feel very energetic. That's your son. Yeah, we feel very energetic after taking this course, and teachers have shared all these things, and they are very happy taking Kendras. And this is a total Seva program, Seva project. Yeah.
Anyone is having any questions from thee? So you can raise your hand or you can ask.
Yeah, maybe anything that I left out.
Hey, Gurudev.
Yeah.
हिंदी में बोलूं क्या?
You can. I'll translate it.
Yeah, I can understand Hindi, but I may not be able to give the reply in Hindi.
आप बोलिए, आंसर दे सकती है. मैं बोलती हूँ हिंदी में. वो ट्रेनिंग जो है वो एक ही बार लेनी है कि बार-बार लेनी है?
The Sanskar Kendra teacher ke liye, we want to have a training, so that can be taken once, or there are also modules or step by step we have to go.
Yeah, for doing these Sanskar Kendras, the M1A, M1B, which we are doing online now, it's only a one-time training, which it's like something like a VTP module where it's done over 2 weekends. That's it. And then you'll be guided to take this program with other teachers, watch some sessions, and then you can announce your program. Normally it is like 2 to 3 teachers together do these programs.
So for like
it's only one time, but again when you want to teach Ramayan, there's another orientation for that, there's another training for that.
So it's a 2 to 3 weeks program, right? And
over 2 weekends.
नहीं, मैं इसलिए पूछ रही हूँ कि मैंने ट्रेनिंग ली थी, मैं टीचर भी हूँ, मैंने काम भी किया, लेकिन फिर उन्होंने वापस वो मैन्यूल ले लिया और बोले कि अब फिर से ये अभी 2-3 साल हुए ना, उसमें फिर से ट्रेनिंग आई और बोले फिर से ट्रेनिंग लो और फिर से टीचर बनो.
For teachers who are already Sanskar Kendra teachers, I mean, it was, we used to have this offline programs. Now it is like, we do have offline also, but still not yet started after the pandemic. But offline programs, there's an orientation that you need to take. It's just a couple of hours orientation, and you'll be assigned with a teacher code. You can come back, Manjula ji, and take the orientation.
Number share कर दीजिए. You share.
You are from which? Yeah, you are from which state, Manjula ji?
गुजरात में, बड़ौदा से हूँ मैं.
अच्छा अच्छा. Can you just drop your number in the chat box?
हाँ, मैंने फी भी भरी थी, लेकिन फिर से वे बोले कि अभी ओरिएंटेशन फिर से करो, फिर से फी भरो, ऐसा बोल रहे थे. इसलिए फिर मैंने जाने दिया कि इतनी बात.
Yeah, there's some could be some communication gap, Manjula ji. Can you just drop your mobile number, and our central office team will get back to you? Okay.
Okay.
Any issue, we have a very supportive team at the center, and they take care of all the administrative activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else having any questions, or should we end the session now? It's 10:10. I think no one is having any questions, so we will end up today's session. Nice talking to you, Di. I think so many of us are inspired to become a Sanskar Kendra teacher. See, my child is so notorious.
Okay.
Nice talking to you, and we'll definitely connect. And please share your contact number as well in the chat box. Anyone wants any query can contact you directly.
Yeah, Manjula ji, can you drop your number also? I'll just give my number. And yeah, my name is Rama Devi. You can just note down this number and you can talk to me also. And if it will be nice if you can drop your number, because our own people who have joined, Shobna ji wants to know, because she's taking lead to solve your problem. Yeah. And
मंजुला जी, अच्छा रहेगा आपका नंबर देंगे ना, तो हम गुजरात स्टेट कोऑर्डिनेटर सबको कनेक्ट करेंगे.
आपको प्रॉपर गाइडेंस दे रही हूँ मैं.
जरा वापस हमें नंबर देते हैं क्या जरा?
हाँ, दे रही हूँ, ये चैट बॉक्स में लिख दिया अभी.
ओके, या वी विल कम बैक टू यू. हम आपसे बात करेंगे कल. मैं हमसे बात करती हूँ. ठीक है. या थैंक यू.
Yeah, it's my just sincere request, to spread this knowledge that, Sanskar Kendra caters to the children between 6 to 10 years, and you, all our teachers, all our volunteers have the opportunity to become a Sanskar Kendra teacher. Yeah, please spread this message.
Thank you very much. Really, we liked it. Very useful it is, and we had a nice time, Before ending the session, would you like to say something for us, for anyone, any message before ending the session?
Parents, definitely, very important to spend quality time with the children. Okay. See, in whatever activity that you do at home, just involve the child. A mother can involve the child in, washing the vegetables, cutting the vegetables, laying the table, folding clothes, all these small things, feeding animals and birds, all these things, they can just start involving the child. And when you do a puja at home, just see that the child, rings the bell, all in whatever activity, if you are involving your child, these sanskars that we have in our family, the tradition that we follow, the culture that we follow, all that gets passed on to the next generation. Yes, we just don't leave them because they're holding on to the gadgets and to the TV. We just can't leave them. No? The way we convey to them, that's a skill. Many people don't understand the skill of dealing with the child. Yeah, KYC, KYT, these programs, and interacting with the teachers of the Sanskar Kendra, all these definitely will help you in establishing that bond with the child, and how we can bring all these values and the respect and for our culture and tradition, and for the festivals and whatever we have. So there's a lot of celebration that happens in the Sanskar Kendra. So the parents also get involved in all the activities of the Sanskar Kendra. Yeah, can do that.
Yes, very nice, very nice. So I would like, I can see new faces in our Sattva talks today. So my request is please forward this session to as many people as you can, so that many will get benefited, because it is really helpful for the children, for the age group. So, and please subscribe Sattva Talks too. The name itself, Sattva Talks. The newcomers can subscribe Sattva Talks channel. And thank you very much, Didi. You have given us very nice talk. We are very much grateful to you, and we would like to have one more session with you, if you can.
I definitely. You must call Vandana Adesh ji, who's the one who started this Sanskar Kendra, and you should interact with her.
Can you please share the number so that I can contact her? And
yes.
So
I'll share her number, and I think
share it to Abhishek ji also. Then so that we can talk, and then we can have a session with her also, and we'll come to know more about Sanskar Kendra. It is very useful, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the night.